We're living in a time when many African American children are developing type 2 diabetes, a preventable disease largely associated with obesity. In a time when African American women are developing type 2 diabetes in their lifetime. The Center of Disease Control states that obesity is an epidemic in all of America, but it has hit us, African American women, the hardest. 61% of African American women are obese. 41% of Hispanic women are obese, and 32% of white women are obese. This trend is decreasing our life expectancy and increasing our chances of developing all the diseases that are associated with obesity. Diabetes, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, cardiovascular disease, and even cancer. Right now, this very moment, statistics, data is being compiled to predict where we're going to be in 2020, where we're going to be in 2030. But we shouldn't concern ourselves with that. We shouldn't concern ourselves with those figures, because together we can make a difference. It doesn't have to be that way. Hello, my name is Gwen Adams. I'm the founder of Transformation Circles, and I'm a certified weight loss coach. I help people with weight loss concerns to look at food and weight differently so that they can live a healthier life. But it hasn't always been that way. Most of my life, I was obese. 11 years ago, I was morbidly obese. At 400 pounds with multiple obesity-related health issues, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, cardiovascular problems, and diabetes, I still continue to eat. At 400 pounds, when I couldn't bend down and tie my own shoes, I continued to eat. I later discovered that it wasn't what was eating me. It wasn't what I was eating, but what was eating me. Confronting those what was eating me issues gave me the courage to confront all those other things and gain discipline in every area of my life. So today, here I stand, overjoyed and excited, because today I know that that journey wasn't just for me, but for others going down a similar path. Not only have I grown personally over the past 90 days in Propel 2.5, the activated PowerSpeaker, I've developed professionally, and I'm ready to launch and expand my business, Transformation Circles, and take it to new heights. For the next 20 minutes, allow me to present the inner workings of Transformation Circles, how it will be structured, who it will serve, what it will offer, and the results I expect to achieve. This is such an exciting journey for me. I am thrilled to share with you today. But keep in mind, this is only a midterm, just only a midterm, that there's much, much more to come. Transformation Circles will be structured as a limited liability corporation. We will serve men, women, and children who have weight loss concerns. We will offer one-on-one coaching as well as group coaching. We'll also offer special coaching to communities, organizations, and corporations. Our signature package is a 13-week program that actually gives you step-by-step wellness information. We also will offer a Zyto Compass assessment. The Zyto Compass assessment allows us to be able to provide exactly what each individual needs to assist them on their journey. We will conduct health workshops and exclusive retreats. We also will be publishing children's books to teach them healthy eating and better understanding of the various food categories. My logo is a green apple, and the green apple is because it's showing the change from what I used to eat to where I'm eating today. It would have been a Snicker bar, by the way. And my green stilettos are also part of my logo. And the stilettos they're showing where God has taken me to new heights spiritually. I have more right now. Y'all might be able to see them, but you got to look at them and see them in the spirit.
All right.
Praise God. See, I'm getting ready to go up there now. I'm all right. I'm like that. Okay. And my toolbox. God gave me a toolbox because He knew that it was going to be difficult to help change minds and habits. So in my toolbox, My toolbox looks kind of rusty. It doesn't look shiny like the stilettos and like the pretty green apple, because I've been carrying this toolbox around for a long time. And I've had these tools for a long time, but tools are no good if you're not using them. So today I'm going to be using the tools that God has given me. So I have some chisels in there to chisel away those old habits. And I have a hammer in there because I might have to hammer away at those old thoughts that take you back to the past. So I just thank God for my toolbox. I have some other things in there I might share with you later. My tagline is helping people look at food and weight differently so that they can live healthier lives. Also, it's not what I'm eating, but what's eating me. My web address is transformationcircles@verizon.net. I also have another website. I'm sorry, that's my email address. My web address is transformationcircles@wix.com, and my other web address is Coach Gwen at mynsp.com. My who is Wounded Willow. Wounded Willow lived in a stuck place for a very, very, very long time. Wounded Willow came up in the 50s when obesity wasn't even prevalent. As a matter of fact, in the school system today, you'll probably find a lot of children who are obese. But when Wounded Willow came up, there may have been only 2 children who were obese in the entire school. And so Wounded Willow not only got called all the fat names at school, but in addition to that, she got called some names even when she went home. So Wounded Willow lived that part of her life was very verbally abusive to her. Wounded Willow was sexually abused at a very, very, very young age by a 50-year-old man. And when she got the courage to tell her story and to let someone know, she was told to shut up, that they didn't want to hear it. And it was by her parents, so being rejected by her parent really was devastating to her. But because she was obedient, she did just what they said. She shut up. And being muted and shutting up and accepting abuse was something that she became used to. Wounded Willow got so used to abuse that as she grew older, it just became a way of life for her. She continued to accept things that less than what she deserved without even challenging it. So by the time Wounded Willow became a grown woman, she actually could go into a room where there were 300 people. It didn't matter whether it was 3 or 300, she could go into a room and totally disappear. And she didn't have to talk to anybody. But anyway, what did she have to say anyway? What did she have of any value to offer? So Wounded Willow's friend actually became food. She fell in love with food. Food filled all kind of voids for her. And as she got older and life went on, Wounded Willow actually became 400 pounds with all kinds of health diseases that were associated to the obesity. And some would say, well, why didn't she call on Jesus? Well, she didn't call on Jesus because she didn't think that he was there to hear her, because he wasn't there as far as she was concerned when she was going through the terrible times in her life. So what will Transformation Circles do for Wounded Willow? Transformation Circles will offer Wounded Willow a safe place, a place that she can come and share her story, her inner feelings, and be trusted to know that she will receive help. She will also receive a program and be directed on how to eat to improve her health. And it's our prayer that not only will it help her, but it will be a ripple effect. Well, it will help her children. It will change her life, her household. It will change her whole lifestyle as to how she even looks at food in every way. I too was like Wounded Willow. I too have fallen short. I wasted a lot of time. I wasted so much time because I didn't understand how precious time was. And not only did I not understand how precious time was, I lacked confidence in myself. I didn't see myself standing here today. I never saw myself standing here today. I thank God for this opportunity. I thank God that he has me here today. Fear had a grip on me that would not let me go. Fear had a grip on me that kept me from opening my mouth. Fear had a grip on me that allowed me to continue to receive abuse. I received abuse in every way, just like Wounded Willow did. At 9 years old, I was sexually abused by my mother's boyfriend. And I went to mother and I told her, and she told me to shut up. I don't want to hear that mess because that man keeps the food on the table in his house. And so therefore, I knew what my value was. And like Wounded Willow, I was even in a school where I was called all of the fat girl names because you see, I was the other fat person in the school with Wounded Willow. And so not only was I called names at school, when I was at home, I was Baby Huey and Porky Pig and all those old names back then in the day at school. But then when I came home, I was big and dumb. And I was called stupid, and I was constantly told the bigger you get, the dumber you get. But then I always got my attention when I ate. So I continued to eat and eat and eat and eat, and I got bigger and bigger and bigger. And so you get it, the bigger you get, the dumber you get. And so I did like Wounded Willow, I kept my mouth shut. I kept my mouth shut, and I never complained. I took whatever kind of abuse came my way most of my life. And then I got to a point where I was working a job, and at this particular job, a situation came up, and if I had just spoke up, I was working a job where, like a corporate type situation, where I was making over $100,000 a year. But because I didn't have the ability to confront, I left. But that's what I always did. You see, I left whenever there was pain or when there was an uncomfortable feeling because I wasn't able to confront, because I never felt like I had too much to say anyway. So like Wounded Willow, I ate and I ate and I ate until I became 400 pounds. And so I had all of the diseases and the high blood pressure and so forth, just like Wounded Willow. But the one major difference in my life is that I did come to know God. I came to know and trust Him. And I came to know that not only was I of value, but I was of value to Him. And so I praise God, I praise God, I praise God. One of the things that I admire about myself is that I'm compassionate. And I could feel the things that Wounded Willow was feeling. I understood perfectly. I have a heart for those people who are perceived underdogs, the homeless and the less fortunate. People who have always, and those people have always found it easy to come to me and share their pain and their struggles. So I felt comfortable in dealing with people who some people may not even want to do things with. I've always been dependable. Whether it's a ministry or family, I was the keeper of the key, because they always knew that Miss Gwen would be there if nobody else would be there, and I would be on time. And so that just became a way of life for me. I don't believe that anybody would be any better for Wounded Willow than me when it comes to empathy. I can empathize with Wounded Willow like nobody else. I know what Wounded Willow feels when she walks into a room. I don't care how beautiful the room is. And when Wounded Willow walks in, she doesn't even see the beauty. And she can't see the beauty, and the main reason is because she's looking for a chair that can accommodate her. So Wounded Willow, when she gets on the airplane, she's waiting for somebody to bring her an extension. When she gets in the tub and the water spills out in her private moments, she knows that she's so big that the water even comes out. How she feels about herself when she's in a dressing room and sees her body, that the body that nobody really wants to see, not even Wounded Willow. So I know that I will help Wounded Willow. I know I can feel Wounded Willow's tears when her face is dry. So I thank God for the fact that I will be able to help Wounded Willow in a mighty way. I can feel Wounded Willow's pain before she even opens her mouth. So I thank God for the fact that Wounded Willow will have transformation circles to work with. I will showcase my services and I will meet Wounded Willow's biggest problem, because I will help her to discover what's eating her. But in addition to that, I will teach her a lifestyle change. She'll learn lifestyle changes on how to eat and how to bring health to herself as well as to her family. I'll plan one-on-one coaching, I'll plan group coaching, and one of the major benefits that Wounded Willow receives from Transformation Circles will be, of course, the fact that she will lose weight, she'll feel better, and she's going to be able to help somebody else. And so I thank God for that. I thank God for that. I have 135 contact people right now. Again, my website is Coach Gwen at mynsp.com and transformationcircles.wix.com. I'm going to take a few minutes and share with you my sales funnel. Can everybody see? Okay, again, Transformation Circles, my opt-in is going to be a 30-minute consultation. And my free items will be the introductory sessions that I will offer. During the introductory sessions, you'll find out exactly what Transformation Circles is all about. We'll give you examples of what we're going to go through with each module that will take you through. We'll actually talk about some of the things that we'll be tasting, how we'll do some different, how the different things that we will do in the program. We'll also offer herbal hours, which will be one of the free items. Herbal hours we'll actually be conducting in people's homes or either in the work in our location. People will focus different herbs that will affect different systems of the body. So there'll be times that we'll just be talking about the circulatory system. There'll be times that we'll just be talking about the cardiovascular system. So we'll pick different things at different times. Of course, Facebook will be one of the ways that we will promote, be one of our free items, and e-zines and blogs. Children's books. The first children's book is I Know What I'm Eating, and the down payment is in, so the book should be coming out hopefully by July. So I'm looking forward to that. And it's very interesting because this particular book is going to be talking about proteins. The next one will be talking about carbohydrates, and it's going to be also a book that talks about relationships. So you'll have two children who are dealing with one another, but they're from two walks of life, and you'll obviously be able to see that. And it was very interesting. I spoke with someone last night, and I said, what do you eat first thing in the morning, carbohydrates or protein? They said, what is a carbohydrate? They were 35 years old. So, recipe book. The recipe book is going to be my book that's going to be turning up the heat, and that's going to be a book for husbands and wives to do their dance in the kitchen and have this special intimate moments. Then calendars, and the calendars will all have probably a recipe throughout, maybe quarterly, and all of them will have a scripture. And those things will range between $10 and $25. The Transformation Circles group itself is a $260 fee for the 13-week program, whether one-on-one or group coaching. And that's at my location, okay? And then the seminars will basically just be seminars that actually focus on different types of eating, and some of them will be tasting. Some of them will be for children as well. And those will range between $25 and $260. The speaking engagements will start at $250. And as a matter of fact, I'll be at a speaking engagement on May 6th. And the Compass assessment and herbal products and vendoring will range between $75 and $750. The Compass assessment is a tool that you place your hand in, for those of you who do not know or have not had it done, and it actually reads like a lie detector. It looks at reads from your skin, and it actually tells what your body needs, okay, as far as vitamins, as far as what systems in your body need addressing. It's that kind of thing. And the herbal products are Nature's Sunshine products, which I am now a star manager of, and will be going to Alaska because I earned it, okay? And of course, the vendoring will be all the different places that I will go to vendor. And the most recent place was Capital Cadillac. 13 weeks customized group programs. The 13-week customized group programs will be the programs I'll actually be going into the community to do. And I started my first group last week, but officially had the group, all the people together on this past Monday. I have a total of 12 women in the group today, and I'll share pictures of them with you later. The group ranges from a person as young as 17, and the oldest person is 77. And they weigh so much more that I have to go get another scale, okay? The scale that I have now is called a bio tracker, and it actually reads all your internal organs. It tells a lot of information about your internal body, your body mass, your bone mass, and that kind of thing. The bio tracker cannot be used for anybody over 330 pounds. Okay, so it's a beautiful piece of equipment. It tells your metabolic age, because some of us walk around and we may be 25 years old, but we may be 90 on the inside. And so it's very important for us to know those kinds of things. And I'm very, 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 very excited about the exclusive retreat, because that's going to be the retreat where it's going to be a closed event. And everybody just can't come to this retreat, because it's going to be a special moment where you're going to be pampered in a way you've never been pampered before. The whole time that you're there, you'll be having your earlobes massaged, because that keeps you happy, believe it or not. For those of us who do reflexology, the ear is one of the places that we focus on, because your ear looks like an embryo, and this is the head. And so we actually massage that part. We also work on your feet, because we do foot reflexology. So I'm looking forward to the retreats, because the retreats are going to be very special, and when you leave, you're going to feel like you've been on a retreat. So I'm looking forward to that. But this is basically my funnel, and the retreats are $997. The toolbox, as you can see, my spiritual stilettos are sitting on top, because I have to keep them there. They have to go everywhere I go. And my Apple, of course, is replaced my sneaker bar. So I'm thankful for those changes. My business colors, I've already addressed those things. My business colors are gray and green, and the green is because it's nature, and all of the spices and so forth that we're going to be using. The gray is like a piece of charcoal that has been burnt, but it's left a beautiful conservative ash, and so those are the colors that I'm using. Our market campaign will be Facebook, blogs, easings, Periscope when I get the nerve up for that. Mass emails, all kinds of flyers, and I even envision, because my site is getting bigger and bigger, by the way. I even envision being on radio shows and actually talking on the radio shows about obesity and how it affects our life and how we can change. And so those are some of the things I want to be. I even might be on Oprah.
Yes.
So I see myself there. As a matter of fact, I sort of sometimes see. I hate that I get to the end and then I get all warmed up. But I'm telling you that I sort of feel like Oprah right now. Come on. I'm like, she ain't got nothing on the kids. Anyway, come on back down. When I think about Propel, my God. I sometimes say, and that's why I kept this little piece of tissue, because Propel has changed my life. It has changed my life. When I saw Apostle Powell at the conference, and she was walking around, I was running around because I was being real busy at this particular conference, for those of you who weren't there. And I got a chance to come. I was in the very beginning. What Apostle Powell did was she gave honor to people who were 60 and older. And I was like, oh God, people don't do that no more. They don't even stand up for you on the bus. They don't even give any respect to you, your gray hair, Those kind of things, you don't get like we used to do back in the day. An old woman get on the bus, you stand up and give her your seat. But those things don't happen like that today. So here is an apostle who comes in, and she starts off by honoring everybody who's 60 and older. And I'm in a ministry that wasn't giving me the respect that a strange woman who don't even know was giving. And I wouldn't talk about it if she just did it that day. But it never changed. So when I got the opportunity to have that opt-in, I didn't know I was opting in. I thought I was just calling somebody, But when I got that moment to opt in, and I called her, and I knew we didn't have long, because she said we only had, I think, 20 minutes or so. I talked to her about an hour. And I tell you that I remember saying to her that I just want to be free. And see, I wanted to be free to stand right here. I wanted to be free to go to Capital Cadillac. See, all this happened after her. I wanted to be free to go into the community and tell the community that I got something that you need and I can help somebody with it. And not only did I do it, I got the contract. Okay? I have, oh my God. I'm getting ready to go and be a keynote speaker at Tree of Life Christian Ministries Women Conference. You know, I've gone to True Deliverance Church. All these things have happened after I met Apostle Pat. You know, and and it's almost like it was something that shook off of me. You know, I was truly set free. I know that all the honor and praise goes to God, but I know that God used people. And he definitely used her in my life. And so I thank God for today. I thank God that today I got stuff lined up I ain't even told her about. And I got so mad that I don't even want to keep telling her stuff because I'm like, but it's happening. It's happening like that.
You better tell it.
I went and I spoke with some people the other day, and I had an opportunity to go into a pastor's home and do some things with him. And his wife said, "What is it you do?" And I gave my signature pitch. My signature pitch has been getting me all up in the dough. You know, I've been saying, they say, hi. I said, hi, my name Gwen. I'm transformation. And I just started telling them who I help people, you know, and I ain't always been this way, you know, and so I'm just telling it. And they said, well, maybe you want to come and speak here. Come on. Well, the last time that I got as recent as Thursday, I was told that they're going to hook me up with AARP and United Medical because they have an obesity program. And so I'm scheduled to go and talk with them. Last Wednesday night, I was at Willow Creek Community Development Corporation. I have pictures of that I'll share with you all as well. And the executive director is getting ready to launch a program in her community. 140 some units. She said, you got carte blanche to bring in here what you want. So I'm telling you that God has opened the door, but I came willing.
Yes.
I came willing. Yes. And at one time where I didn't think I had value, today I'm off the chain. I'm truly off the chain. And it's not because they accepted me. It's not because of the contracts. It's because I know that I've wasted time. And I don't have no more time to waste.
Come on here.
And I know that when I was wasting that time, that I was, oh God,
Jesus,
have mercy,
come on,
Jesus,
come on,
my soul.
really.
I know that when I was wasting time, that Apostle talked about how grace, what we do with grace, we frustrate grace.
We frustrate it.
And during our service, I'm gonna tell you, when I cry and I snot like nobody, but I'm gonna tell you, when I thought about that thing and the time that I've wasted, I had frustrated grace. Because even though I was laid down and raped, God was laying with me.
You better say it.
And even though I was misused and mistreated by some people, God was with me. And those same people who have mistreated me, I love them today. I love my enemy today, because if it wasn't for this process that I've been through, I wouldn't be standing here today. So I thank God for it today. I thank God for it. I used to think that I was a bad seed, but then see, I had to study, because I was like Willow. I didn't believe in God, you know, but when I started getting into that word and I found out that I was a good seed, I just wasn't on fertile ground. But see, I thank God today, because I know that because I am a good seed, that's why he's rewarding me. And I love him today like I ain't never loved him before. And I thank God that he puts people in our life that bring us and allow us to shake off that mess. And so I'm free today, y'all. I am free today. And I want you to know that just like they were making predictions for what's going to happen in 2030, just like they made predictions about what's going to happen in 2020, they made predictions about what was going to happen in 2016. And all of us was encountered in those predictions. They said I was going to be morbidly obese. They said I was going to be morbidly obese with high blood pressure. I was in that camp. You understand what I'm saying? They said that some of us wasn't going to have no husband. They said some of us wasn't going to get married. They said some of us was going to be divorced, but the devil is a lie. And we don't have to take those things. So we can work together and we can make change. And so I thank God for it today. Thank you.